Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I'd like to thanks to the Mighty God. It is because of him I'm able to participate in this English speech competition that is held by BBGP Jawa Tengah, Central Java, Indonesia. Before it, I also want to say thanks to the honorable judges of this competition and all audience of happiness. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rakha Farras Zahy Alva Archieano. I am 14 years old and I am from 7 Junior High School, Magelang. I'm standing here to deliver my speech. I hope you feel as amazing as I am right now, because I want to tell you about the future of Pancasila students in Indonesia. Okay, now before I start, I want to tell you about some story of mine. Every night, my parents always told me about the lore or story of some country in the world. And the one of that country is a really big country. It's a great country and the country with a lot of abundant natural world. But now the question is what country is it? That's interesting, right? So for it, let's back to the past. The 17th August 1945, this country had become independence and freedom from the colonial country. Independent means that a colonialist country is no longer oppressed by a colonial country again. Being independent means that a previously colonialist country had the right to determine its own way. Then, what about the country for the future of the country, right? That's not wrong. This country may have been independent in several sectors. Perhaps one of them in politically. Why? In international politics, this country didn't have a basically colonialist by other country. But let's look at the other sectors. Is this country really independent? Maybe we can look at the education sector for the example. Maybe many people say this education in this country is already good, but the fact is, based on the research by a professor from Harvard University, he said this education of this country is 128 years behind. Wow! And actually, there are many more sectors that need to be addressed in this country. The Generation Z, namely the generation with the people born between 1996 until 2010. This generation is a very unique generation. Why? Because this generation lived in the transitional era to the modernization era, which made this generation is very special because this generation lived in that era. This generation has access knowledge with exciting technology. This generation shall be utilized to build the nation. Yes, you are not wrong. Our nation, the Republic of Indonesia. Indonesia Emas 2045 is a plain discourse to create a golden age of Indonesia. And at that time, the Z generation will play the most role and be the most suitable to realize this discourse. Of course, with all its advantage. I said this generation is very influential. How not? This generation is live side by side with the artificial intelligence. Yeah, the life made by human itself. For example, perhaps like ChatGPT or bred by Google. If this advantage is exploited, it will be a very positive impact. But if not, this technological advancement can become a very deadly weapon. So, we as the younger generation must have a high enthusiasm to realize this discourse, and by taking advantage of exciting technological advance. The next fate of our nation is in our hand, and the next generation. Everything is not about can or can't, success or fail. This is not choice, but all about how do we have the fighting spirit to make it happen. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, that's all of my speech. I hope you all learned something new from it and enjoy it. Thank you for your attention. Let's relish the golden age of Indonesia. My name is Rakha Farras Zahy Alva Archieano. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.